This sort of begins a sort of this period of, well, a collaboration that you would go on to continue with Ron Howard, collaborations you would have with Robert Zemeckis, with Nora Ephron, with Steven Spielberg. When I say collaborations, I mean literally like getting into the script with these directors, working on changing the character, investing in movies that weren't fully funded. Let's talk about Ron Howard for a moment, because you would go on to make many films with him. How did that collaborative relationship begin? Because sometimes it can be heavy-handed, right? Where the star is saying, I want to do it this way. But from everything I've read about the way you've collaborated with all these different directors, it was really a collaboration. It was like, let's sit down and have fun. And so what do you remember about Ron Howard? Like when you were on Splash, when you were in Splash, you were not a powerful Hollywood actor, but were you able to change that character, or were you able to put your stamp on that film in a way that felt right to you?
This is all about what the collaborative process are, and there's some people that realize that Ron would come with the bare bones and have faith that somebody is going to add spice to the stew. And look, there's plenty of it. Here's the shot. Here's bang, bang, bang. This is what we're doing, like that. But Ron started off of saying, what else? Anything else we can bring to this? And that was, on one hand, sort of in tune with. I'll go back to Grumio in Taming of the Shrew, because it's just lines, unless you add stuff to it.
Yeah.
How about if we try this? What if this means that? And I didn't realize for a while that that's what directors like Ron and Bob and Stephen and Nora want from the reason they're casting you in the first place. They want you to have some idea that is in tune with what the text wants, and yet can only be provided by whoever is playing the role. There was and Ron said, "So what do you think of this? What do you think? What do you make of this? And I would be so dumb. I'd have all sorts of ideas because I did not know how movies were made. And Ron would point out to me, well, we can't do that because that's a whole other shot. He's literally saying, what can we do here? What can we do in this scene that is covering this bit? And I remember there was one. They had built a stage that was in the apartment building that Alan lived, and there were elevators on both sides of the hallway, and there was a button for both elevators, and I didn't know why. Only one elevator worked, because it was a set. So I said, well, look, I'm in a real hurry because I'm trying to find her. She's left the apartment. I got to go find her. Out there somewhere, and I'm in a real hurry. So what if I come out? And he says, okay, all right. So, come out and press the button and wait for the elevator. And I said, well, that's exciting. Okay. So, but because there were two buttons, I ran out and I said, hey, how about this? And I ran out and I pushed one button and I ran on the other side of the hallway and I pressed the other button and I just stood in the middle like I was waiting. Which elevator is going to come? And then as soon as the elevator started opening, I ran into that elevator. And Ron said, yeah, let's do that, but we're going to have to push the camera back so we can see. So that's the type of thing that collaborative directors are going to want. And without knowing that is kind of like, look, that's what Victor Fleming did on Gone with the Wind, and that's what, who directed Casablanca? That's what everybody says. The good directors come in and said, "What do you make of this here? What can we do here?" And they don't always do it,
Yeah.
But there are plenty of times when they say, "Yeah, let's try that."
Yeah.
The danger here is that for an actor, you have to accept no.
Yeah.
Hey, how about if we try this? That ain't it. Let's try something else. And that is the collaborative process that if you're not, look, I'll tell you right now, Guy Raz, the reason why all these people like working with me, I think, is because I show up on time.
Yeah.
I'm not late.
Yeah.
I get there.
And you're ready.
I get there ready. Dan Sullivan at the Great Lakes Shakespeare Festival yelled at us one day when we were rehearsing Taming of the Shrew because Hamlet had opened the night before, and the principal cast was all kind of hung over, and we were late, and we were tired, and it was hot. and he got mad at us because, hey, man, you people don't have any energy. Don't you understand? You got to show up. You got to be here on time. You got to know the text, and you got to have an idea.
Right.
Because I can't do this all myself. And I just thought the value of having an idea, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that means you're coming in with some brand of forward momentum.
Yeah.
Something that is going to add something to it. And it's, I have to say, I worked with a lot of people that say, hey, what do you make of this right here? And
Yeah.
that's the sauce.